Happy New Year to everyone. I hope you had a nice New Year's Eve last night and had a good day today. I've got to say I'm pretty happy today. My UK Wildcats ended up winning that bowl game against Penn State. So that makes it a Happy New Year around my house anyway, right? We like we like doing things that our football team hasn't done, since I don't know when, a long time ago. All right, so tonight we have 3 breaks. We're going to open a half case of autographed mini helmets, and that's going to be the start of a new case, and we do have a team available in there, which is the Denver Broncos. That team is currently unpaid. I sent a second chance offer to the person who is the second bidder, but they have not responded to it, so I'm going to assume that they also are not interested. And then that leaves us, of course, with chat here. So if someone is interested in the Denver Broncos in the mini helmet break, let me know. This is the half case of TriStar autographed mini helmets. The last bid amount on it was, I think, $39. And that's in the break that's coming up. So I'll look at chat here in a minute, see if any of you guys are interested or gals are interested in that. But I'm giving you that heads up. We may potentially have something open a little bit later too in Optic football, but I'm not certain about that. That's our 3rd break tonight. We're going to give those folks, until we get ready to start Optic, a chance to pay theirs. So here we go. Feedback, guys, set up to be automated. Anytime you leave positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. Second thing, of course, is to say thank you. I appreciate you bidding, breaking, chatting, hanging out with me, and Happy New Year to everyone. 2019, we got to start it off with a bang tonight. You'll notice on here that we are starting, obviously we started tonight at 8:30. But then going forward from here, we're going to be moving to a 9:30 start time, at least for the foreseeable future. I would say at least until we get, maybe back in late spring, early summer, we might move it back to 10. I don't know. But for a while, anyway, it's going to say it'll be 9:30. I've noted that here for the next, 4 or 5 days. Then after that, you won't see that notation anymore. Just reminding you that's our new start time because it's been 10 for a long time. So tomorrow night, we're going to open an autographed basketball jersey from Gold Rush, an 8-box playbook, inner case, a 12-box full case of Contenders basketball. Thursday will be a Hit Parade Series 13 autographed football jersey, an 8-box case of Bowman's Best baseball, and a 16-box master case of Revolution basketball. On Friday, we're going to finish up the TriStar mini-series case that we're going to start tonight. We'll finish the back half of that on Friday night. We will also start ourselves a brand new case of Bowman Draft baseball on Friday night. Saturday, I don't have anything listed yet because we broke so early last night. I couldn't get anything listed. I'm not sure what I'm going to do Saturday yet. So we'll either take that as an off night or I'll throw some stuff up there to make a 3-day listing. Haven't decided yet. So check back on Saturday. On Sunday, as it stands right now, we've got an Onyx Premier Gear break. That is a player break, okay? So the bidding spots are listed by the player's name, not by team. And then Leaf Best of Football full case on Sunday as well. Might throw in another thing there on a 3-day listing, but I'm a little up in the air about that. For tonight, we have 1 free shipping break, 2 paid breaks. Our free shipping break, of course, is our mini helmets. Anytime you do a break with me that has completely free shipping, I'm always going to project it to go out about 6 or 7 days after an auction ends. Sometimes I'm able to get it out to you faster than that, but because it is free shipping, it's going to be projected out that same shipping time frame. So it should be on the way to you no later than Tuesday the 8th, a week from today, although in all likelihood, it will probably go a touch ahead of that. Our paid shipping breaks tonight, that's Bowman's Best and Optic. Those are projected to be on the way to you roughly Saturday. So if I can get it faster than Saturday, I will send it faster than Saturday. If something unusual happens, it could possibly slide that some of it didn't go till Monday, but my intent is for it to be on the door or out the door on or about Saturday. Finally, consolation cards, okay? In Bowman's Best and Optic, we don't need to worry about those. Everybody's going to pull cards in those. However, in the mini helmet, it's possible that your team is not going to be one of the teams pulled out of there. And if that's the case, you are entitled to a consolation trading card. It can be from any year and any series. I do keep track of that for a rolling 90-day period. Typically what happens when you're in a free shipping break, like it is tonight for the mini helmets, I simply hold on to those consolation cards and then I send them all out the next time you have a package heading your way. However, if you don't want to wait for that and you just want me to drop it in an envelope and send it on, that is not a problem. You send me a message on eBay, let me know that, and we'll be good to go. So first up is going to be our 5 boxes of 2018 Hidden Treasures Series 2 autographed mini football helmets. That's a half case break. This is break number 7 of 2018 TriStar helmets. And of course, our team names are on the left, winning bidders across from it on the right. As I mentioned, the Denver Broncos there are currently going to be available to be picked up here in chat. I'll check chat in a moment to see if any of you have jumped in on that possibility. And of course, a new spreadsheet will go up before we get ourselves started on the next break. So if you're not in this break, hang tight. You're still going to get a chance to see yours up there shortly. So in chat tonight, we have Scott and Greg is here. Scott, it was an awesome game. I agree with you. Happy New Year back to you, Jordan and Greg. And Reef is here. Hellfish is here. Benny Blaze, Happy New Year to you as well. K. Matlock, you are asking about the Broncos. Hellfish, you said you'll take the Broncos, so you are good. Hellfish, with the last price on that was the $39 bid price. And K. Matlock, there are 5 helmets in this break, to answer your question. And Marlon Slayer, you said you also have automated feedback turned on. That's funny, man. I don't know if it does it when you buy things, does it? I know it does. When you get feedback as a seller, it will automatically kick it back to the buyer. But when you get feedback as a buyer, I don't think it would automatically kick it back to the seller. Does it? Or does it? I don't know. Okay, so Hellfish, you do want the Broncos. You were the first one to ask for those. So I'm going to type in here for you right now my PayPal email. Now, guys, I don't use this to check correspondence, but I do use it for PayPal. So I am shooting that over to you now. And then Hellfish, if you can let me know, sir, when that is completed, I would appreciate it. And if you could also just drop in the notes there, what it is, what break you were bidding on, just so that I have that available. And I'm going to update the spreadsheet to put your information in there. So bear with me here for a minute, guys. I'm going to leave you looking here at the table while I work on getting this sorted out. And I don't know what the big deal is with like the last 4 or 5 days. We have had so many people with unpaid stuff. It's been really unusual, like a whole lot more than we normally have. So super weird in that regard, but I guess it happens from time to time. There's probably not a lot I can do about it, I suppose. All right, so there we go with that, and we'll just wait on you to let me know that we are good, Hellfish, and in the meantime, I will try to get everything updated here on my side and I was going to try to go in and, all right, I know what I need to do, and I can't get it to, eBay is not cooperating with me right now. It's acting silly, so I may have to do some of that later, but that's okay. I don't think we have to worry about it there because, I've already gotten a message from the bidder telling me that they weren't going to be able to pay for the spot, so I don't really think we've got to worry too much about that. I can just do it later. Appreciate your all's patience. Hate starting off the new year with having to slow things down, waiting to get stuff sold, but man, I tell you, I've learned some expensive lessons last year with letting things slide, and if I added up all the thousands of dollars that it cost me last year, man, it would be like a crazy amount of money on teams I would let slide that I never got paid for. All right, Hellfish, are you good? Are we good to roll, ma'am? What's happening on your side? Reef, this is your first time here. All right, cool. welcome. Hopefully we have some good luck for you tonight. I'm sorry, this is a bad way to start off, right? With a big delay. Sorry about that. House 999, you said you would pick up the Broncos if Hellfish doesn't. I believe Hellfish is probably maybe in the process of getting that done now. We're going to assume that that's probably squared away. I can actually, he may not have the volume turned up. That happens sometimes. Maybe I'll jump into PayPal and see. Oh, he did already, so it's already there. All right, so very good. Fantastic. Then we are ready to rock and roll. Now, guys, if you don't know how I do this, when we start a new case of something, but we're not going to break the full case, which is what's going to happen tonight with these mini helmets, I'm going to take all 10 of them out of the box, and we're going to number them. I'm going to number them on the end, and then we will use random.org to determine which 5 we open tonight versus which 5 we open here in a couple of nights in the back half of this break. Now, I know that that you guys, some of you, if you're new to my breaks, you might have noticed that the background just went out of focus a little bit right there. And don't worry, I did that on purpose because I don't use autofocus, and I like to have things all nice up and close where we can see them without all that pesky zooming in and out, and you know, when it tries to catch a focus and all that's so annoying. So that's how I do it. So we're going to be able to see everything without it being blurry, even though a little bit of your background went to a blurry kind of place there. That was intentional. All right, so let's get these numbered up here. You know, I found that I have a few cases of this that I had ordered. I guess this came out, I don't know, a month or more ago. And apparently I just, I don't know, stuck them back somewhere. They got buried under something. And like I didn't even, I didn't even realize that I had done it. And so we never broke it because I stuck them in some strange place without realizing it. So there you go. Sometimes so much stuff comes in at one time in 1 week. I just kind of slide it in an overflow place. And usually I don't forget it, but these apparently I did. Or it might have been that we were still breaking all the Leaf mini helmets when they came in, and that's why I set them aside. I really don't remember why I did. But anyway, so here we go. Again, I'm going to hit random one time. The first 5 numbers that come out, we'll open those corresponding 5 boxes tonight. So it gives us 7, 9, 4, 3, and 10. So 3, 4, 7, 9, 10. All right, we can get 1 and 2 out of the way. There's our 3, 4, and we can get 6 out of the way. 7, thanks. And there's 9 and 10. Okay, so there's the 5 we're going to open. Let me get these other 5 put back in the case, and then I'm going to be right back with you. I know it's like I'm behind on chat here too. Oh, Marlon. Yeah, so I don't know how that works either. We need to try that out. One of us will go in and leave feedback for the other one and see if it does automate. Like I know it does. I know for sure it automates when I get feedback from a buyer. It definitely automates back to you. And I'm trying to think, when I've gotten feedback from a seller, I don't think it does. I think I still went in and manually left them feedback, but you know what? I'm not 100% sure. I just don't know. Michael, you have got 8 teams in Optic. I saw that you had a lot of teams in Optic. So you're going to have some fun in there shortly. And I'm going to, Yingsta 2K, I'm just going to call you Ying. This is your first break too. Well, welcome. Rob, Rob said, say goodbye to all your disposable income. All right, this is not in a, well, as it rolls. You know, some of these are in little plastic boxes. Well, this one isn't. And this is just a little, kind of like a little printed card they put in there. It's not a COA. It's just a little thing, an informational thing. So this guy, Obviously, it tells us he was a Notre Dame player. There's his signature. This is obviously a Notre Dame mini helmet. There's your certification. So the question will become if he played for any NFL team or not, which we will, of course, have to go look up. And if he did not ever play for any NFL team, then that will be given out by way of random because it's a collegiate helmet. If he did play for an NFL team, it would go to the team that he played for the longest, since he's not an active player, I don't believe. And if he had, you know, been an active player, he would go to his current team if it came out on a collegiate helmet. And all that info, guys, you can find down at the bottom of the listing with the information that says special circumstances. So we've got a Saints helmet out. You've got a TriStar little generic kind of certification. Ricky Jackson, this is your little informational card. There's your Ricky Jackson inscription or signature with a Hall of Fame inscription and your certification there on the back. So we've got the Saints out with Ricky Jackson, the guy from Notre Dame that we'll have to check out a little further, and 3 more to still discover. Benny, you said he did play. You believe he did play. Rocket played for, you think, the Cowboys and somebody? Andrew says the Cowboys, the Panthers, and the Raiders. All right, yeah, we'll go to NFL.com and verify all that fun stuff. I always go to the official website of the sport. Ah, Dick LeBeau. That's really cool. That's really nice. You know I like Dick LeBeau because he was our defensive coordinator for the Steelers forever. But that, of course, is on a Detroit Lions helmet. He's got a Hall of Fame inscription on it. There's your certification on the back. And the Lions with a cool little hit with Mr. Dick LeBeau. I like that hit. Very cool. So here's the thing. If you're telling me, Andrew, it looks like is saying that it was an equal length of service for a whole bunch of teams here for Rocket, then we'll have to determine a little bit more about that. Now, he had a brother, too. According to that, his brother played for the Ravens, but I'm guessing you guys checked the first name so that we know we're looking at the right one, I'm sure. But I will go check that out a little further shortly. So, Rayfield Wright comes out for the Dallas Cowboys, baby. Another one of our little generic TriStars. These really don't attach specifically to your item. It literally just takes you to a website where you can enter the code that's on your little authenticated hologram sticker back there. So those really are completely generic. They don't really offer you much of anything. But nonetheless, if they're in there, obviously I'm going to send it to you. So that's the deal. Alrighty, kids. Last one out before we go do our research. There's our little anything. There it is. I was like, where's our? Come out of there. Where's our other paper? It is a Raider, and this is Ray Guy for the Oakland Raiders. Got a little generic thing. His signature's kind of behind that speed sticker, so you can't totally see the inscription, but it does say Hall of Fame. It has his player number as well, certification there on the back. And we're going to trade places and put Mr. Ray Guy back here in the corner. He can hang out because we got to deal with Rocket here, don't we? Yeah, we do. Yes, we do. So let me see. Rather than trying to do this on the tablet, bear with me for a second. I'm going to leave you on this view for a minute, and I'm going to try to pull this up. I'm going to have this to see how to spell it. Pull this up, and maybe we can all see it if I can get it to come up here on my screen. Just bear with me for a hot second, please. And see if we can't career stats at NFL, if I can't get this fellow up here. All right, yeah, now we've got him. So let me see if I can now bring you with what I see. Oh, yay. Oh, yay. New Year's Day is going well. It worked. All right, guys. So we have What do we have here? 1, 2, 3 years of the Raiders, 3 years of the Panthers. Looks like 4 years of the Cowboys is what I am seeing here. Now, I know one of you said that you thought that he was 3 years, and somebody else said he was 2 years, but this is literally at NFL.com stats. So that is showing me 3 years of the Raiders, 3 years of the Panthers, and 4 years of the Cowboys. So I'm not sure what you guys, were you guys looking at something different? Because everything here on NFL.com for his career stats would certainly indicate to me that there is a 4th year with the Cowboys, which would mean that that is where we're headed. So Marlon says 2 years. Marlon's saying 2 years for each. But I'm just going by right there, number of entries right there on NFL.com. You see 1, 2, 3 for the Raiders, 1, 2, 3 for the Panthers, and 1, 2, 3, 4 for the Cowboys, guys. So that means Rocket here is headed to the Cowboys. All right. So you all went along with me there to NFL.com to get that one verified. There was no generic TriStar thing with that, but if I have one laying around here, I'll include it. I don't know if I do or not. The important part's that authentication sticker there on the back. And I am going to put in here. Well, again, Marlon Slayer, I can switch us right back over there where we were. I mean, again, you can see here we've got 1, 2, 3 for the Raiders, 1, 2, 3 for the Panthers, and 1, 2, 3, 4 years for the Cowboys. So there's definitely 4 years of Cowboys. There's definitely 3 years of everything else on there. And that is how we use it. You know, we do use NFL.com. So I'm not sure where the confusion is, but right there, I mean, that is definitely 3, and that's definitely 4 for the Cowboys. Yeah, so according to NFL.com, he has length of service 4 years with the Cowboys on that one. All right, guys. So that one taken care of. Cowboys here. This is Rayfield Wright. And, of course, everybody's authentication stuff on the back there as well. Then we had the nice Dick LeBeau for the Lions. Very nice indeed. Then we use Ricky Jackson and the New Orleans Saints. And just so that everybody's aware, we do open a lot of memorabilia. I kind of take a break from it, usually from, you know, around Thanksgiving through the end of the year, just because I find people, you know, that's where you tend to get a lot of people who think they are not in a break. They think they're buying the actual item, Raiders and Ray Guy. So I usually kind of pull out of it around there. And of course, now we'll get started back in doing it on more of a regular basis. But I will always use, in a situation like what we had tonight, I'm always going to go to NFL.com as my first point of reference if we need to look it up. Or if we're, of course, in basketball, would be NBA.com. Or if we're in baseball, it would be MLB.com. And that is always what I use as the deciding factor. I use those stats so that we're all on the same page and there's not, you know, any chance for stuff like, you know, Wikipedia doing crazy things, which they can do sometimes. Geo, hi Geo, you're out of here tonight? All right, man. Benny Blaze, you must have gotten something out of there, so that is good. I'm showing you this again because we updated the Broncos, that Hellfish 970, picked those up tonight in this half case break, and I just wanted to show that we had, of course, updated and noted that on our spreadsheet. We're going to go to Bowman's Best, but you know what? We probably better float over here for a second. So once again, the helmets that we just broke, because it's free shipping, estimated out a week from today. Often goes out sooner, should be no later than that. Free shipping stuff always estimated out about a week after. If you were in that tonight, your team wasn't pulled, and you'd like your consolation card sent right away, drop me a message and let me know. Otherwise, I keep track of it for 90 days, and I'll send it with your next package that ships. Everything else we're opening tonight, Bowman's Best and Optic, hoping to be out the door to you on or about Saturday. If I can get it out to you faster, I will. And if something goes haywire, a little bit of it could slide into Monday. I hope not. Most of you know, though, that I've been sick and been kind of battling that. I am starting to feel like a human again, though, so I should be back at full speed ahead, hopefully here in the next day or so. So this is an 8-box break of 2018 Bowman's Best Baseball. It's a full case break. This is break number 5. And, of course, it also ended tonight on eBay Tuesday night, the 1st of January of 2019. Holy crap, we've gotten... the year just went away from us last year. I don't know where it went. I think I do know where it went. It went to many hours of breaking and sorting and shipping cards. But you know what? We love it, so it's worth it. It's totally worth it. Now, Bowman's Best has been pretty darn good to us lately. Ooh, piece of tape stuck on my knife. And the last little bit of this we've opened has been really good. And so I feel like that 2019 is going to be good to us and that we're going to have another good case of this tonight. If you are here for Optic, Bowman's Best will probably take us, I'm going to say somewhere about 45 minutes. And now that's, you know, give or take 10 minutes on either side, but I think probably about 45 minutes is a reasonable expectation. There's not a ton of cards in here, but there's a ton of packaging, and it takes a good amount of our break just to get stuff out of all the packaging. So that's kind of the reality of it. Each one of our master boxes has in it 2 mini boxes. Each of our mini boxes will have in it 2 autographs. So that means we're looking for 4 autograph kits per master box, 2 per mini, which is going to give us 32 for the break. We will find ourselves a whole big bunch of parallels and numbered cards and other interesting things in addition to our autographs, of course. As we go through it the first time that we go past it, you know, I'll make a point of calling out the insert or whatever it might be that we're coming across. And then after that, I will mostly call out, you know, autographs and numbered stuff and not as much the inserts every time we come across one, just because there's lots of them. But it'll be kind of like that. Scott, you're headed out tonight? Did you do too much partying watching the game today, man? I feel you on that. It was like, well, we didn't party, but, I mean, we celebrated, but we didn't, you know, drink and get crazy or anything, because work calls and, you know, I'm heavily medicated and don't really want to mix those and end up somewhere in an ER or something. But we definitely celebrated. My Kentucky Wildcats, I tell you, they came out and it looked like for a minute that we might just blow that thing wide open and just have a big blowout. And then, I don't know what happened. Like, we got so far ahead, I think our guys, who probably aren't used to being that far ahead, just suddenly decided, like, oh, hey, maybe the game's over. Maybe we're so far ahead we can't be caught. I don't know what they were thinking. But they took their foot off the gas, and the next thing you know, man, Penn State is bearing down on us. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we may throw this thing away and lose it somehow. And miraculously, we managed to hang on. But it was crazy. Griffin on Optic, I am potentially have one team open. And I'll just check it basically right before we get ready to break. So after we finish Bowman's Best here, I'll check on the payment status of that Optic team. And if payment hasn't come in by that point, that team will become available. And of course, if it, you know, has come in, then obviously it wouldn't be. But honestly, I don't know if it will be or not. That's one I don't have a good feel on. Someone sent me a message and said they were having trouble with their internet or something, and so I don't know. I don't know about that. But we'll find out once we go through this and see where things end up. So Marlin Slayer, what do you do in Hawaii for New Year's? Do you guys have any kind of cool special traditions? Do you have any kind of island special stuff for New Year's Eve? I've always thought it'd be nice to spend New Year's like in Hawaii or someplace warm and tropical where you can get out and really enjoy it. And we're going to start off with the Yankees. This is Josh Breaux for the New York Yankees. Then next up we have this is just a refractor. And I'm pointing this out because I'm telling you, anytime you see one like this, it has that pretty little rainbow of colors. Those are all going to be refractors. We'll find lots of them. I'm probably not going to call them all out because there are so many. Early indications. This is Jesus Luzardo. That is for the Oakland A's. We'll find plenty of those. This is Phenoms. Well, technically it's Neophyte Sensations. Sorry. Neophyte Sensations insert. Again, those will be our current year rookies. We'll find a handful of those as we go along. That particular one was Andujar. And loads of just regular base refractors we're going to find as well. In fact, let me just sort them that way over here next to me. That way if anybody needs a call back to see anything later, we'll have it available. Lots of these two best performers. Those as an insert series refract as well. The entire series of inserts will refract. And our next autograph out of here is Logan Gilbert for the Mariners. No, you guys don't do anything special? Well, you had a lot of fireworks, though. Well, fireworks are cool. Unless, you know, they're like really close to your house and try to set you on fire or something. But outside of that, some of my neighbors get a little aggressive, you know. It's like landing on your roof and stuff. Power Producers insert Shohei Ohtani. Then for the Phillies, we have Rhys Hoskins. That is on an atomic refractor. Acuna base refractor. And another early indications. But you know what? Let me flip that over. Does that... I guess it's not. For some reason, the coloring on that, I thought maybe that might be numbered. I thought it was worth checking out anyway. But it was not. It was not numbered. Greg, what are you booing? Are you booing fireworks? Don't boo fireworks, Greg. They're so much fun. I like them. They're so good. Liberatore, that is a nice little hit for the Tampa Bay Rays. And our first color of the evening comes out for the White Sox. It's purple. The purple parallels are going to be numbered to 250 as we go along. The blue are to 150. If we get lucky enough to find some gold, it's to 50 rather. And if we find any orange, it would be to 25. You guys probably all know that because Topps is pretty good about sticking to the same colors all the time. Anthony Siegler, Yankees hit again. Not too shabby and just in time. Hey, there is a nice orange. Our first orange of the night also heads to the Yankees, numbered to 25 for Clint Frazier. And there's a Shohei base refractor. Angels. So what did everybody do for New Year's Eve? Did you guys have people over? Did you go out, go to the movies, have big parties? Yeah, we didn't do anything. I was kind of glad though. I mean, honestly, just watched a little television and hung out, and that was probably what we would have done even if I hadn't gotten sick all since Christmas. But I don't like to get out too much on New Year's Eve because you get all kinds of people out there who just, you know, maybe they go out and party and drink like one night a year or something, and they don't then know what they're doing, and they get in the car and run into you and all kinds of crazy stuff. One of my friends used to call it amateur night. I'm not sure that's a good thing either. If we're basically saying, oh, all the regular people who drink, you know. I don't know. But anyway, it's boring around here. Boring as can be. When you get older, I kind of sometimes think boring is better. Plus, I had to save up some energy for today. Had a lot to try to get done, playing a little catch up from having been under the weather. An atomic refractor for the Rays. It is Brendan McKay. I like that kid. Some purple, Bryce Harper to 250 for the Nats. Pardon me. Yeah, there is still a little bit of that going to happen. Hopefully not a whole lot, but you may still hear a little hacking and stuff. I try to time the medication so that it kicks in before the break every night. Grayson Rodriguez out for the Orioles. Well, Baltimore action. Power producers for Alec and the Phillies. Of course, you guys know I like my Bowman's Best. The only thing I'm not really wild about are those best performers inserts, but we've talked about those before. They're not my favorite. Well, Yankees, you're having an excellent break, and there's Florial to make you still yet even happier, and that's an excellent hit for New York. And New York's already hit some pretty nice things even before the Florial, so Yankees off to some good New Year's luck so far. Here's Carter Kieboom for the Nats. I would think he should maybe come up in 19, possibly. Yankees again. Wow. You've got an atomic refractor for New York here with Severino. And we're going to follow that up with a nice little Rhys Hoskins Neophyte Sensations insert. Brendan McKay again. A green autograph for the White Sox. It's a good one, too. It's Nick Madrigal to 99 for Chicago. Ahmed Rosario rookie refractor. Not too shabby. Joe Adell, nice young up-and-comer for the Angels. We still got a lot more Bowman draft to open, too. Besides the break that's coming up here in a few days, we'll have still the back half of that case, and I believe I've got maybe another 2 cases beyond that. So I think we got about 2.5 left of Bowman draft, maybe another 4 or 5 of Bowman's Best, something like that. I haven't seen the new top schedule for 2019 yet, so we don't really know exactly. Last thing we saw for the 2019 release dates is pretty old, and they change it frequently, so I'm kind of afraid to quote anything from that. I asked my distributor to send me a new one. He said he hadn't seen one either. They hadn't gotten one from Topps in like a month. So, but if they stay in line with the way it typically runs, we'll see Series 1 hit probably mid to late January. Somewhere in that range, we should start seeing 2019 baseball show up. Austin Meadows for the Pirates. For some reason, I think that's Greg tonight. Is that you tonight, Greg? Because I remember you bought some teams that I looked at and thought, he doesn't buy those teams all that often. And maybe it wasn't the Pirates, but for some reason I thought that it was. So if it was, that's one for you. And if not, somebody else has a nice Austin Meadows. Somebody's got one coming. Anyway. Green for the Rockies, numbered to 99, Brendan Rodgers. I feel like I've been waiting on that guy to come up for 25 years. It hasn't been that long, but feels like it has been. Jordan Adams, Angels. And to 250, you have Justin Upton, purple parallel for the Angels. You also had a Shohei Ohtani, just base rookie, that went by right before it. Power Producers came out for Gleyber Torres there. And that was Jonathan India on our ugly insert best performers for my Cincinnati Reds. Hey, my Cincinnati Reds are going to hit Jonathan India, as a matter of fact. How about that? That's nice. And we've been looking for him lately. I've had a couple of people who have had the Reds that have, in various things, Bowman Draft and or this product, that have said, oh, I really want to find Jonathan India. Try to pull me in Jonathan India. And we finally got one out tonight. Atomic Refractor for the Dodgers. And that is Manny Machado, who we assume is going to sign elsewhere at some point soon. Sooner rather than later, I would imagine. There is a redemption. We'll check it out at the very end of the break, along with any other redemptions that we find between now and then. Whoops, hang on. Somebody was stuck behind Mike Trout there. And it was Carlos Correa that was hiding back there. So at the end of the break, we'll flip all of our redemptions. We're probably going to know the teams that they go to, but nonetheless, I will take us to the Topps website where we will pull up the checklist and just verify the team as what we believe it to be, so that it will be up on the screen and up there for everybody to see, kind of like we did with the football helmets, so everybody knows what's what. I find it easier usually just to be able to do it up on the screen. That way everybody can follow along and we can address any questions that come up or anything like that right there live at the time. Mickey, you need the A's and the Rangers. The Rangers in here, I want to say, have only one guy. Cole Winn, I think, is the only Ranger who has an autograph in Bowman's Best. However, we do pull Cole Winn pretty often. So, even though there's just the one guy in here, you do have still a pretty reasonable shot of getting him based on, at least based on what I've seen come out of our other cases. And the A's, you know, the A's usually come up with something somewhere along the way. That is an Atomic Refractor, nice young rookie pitcher, Walker Buehler for the Dodgers, who's from right here in Kentucky. Rob is looking for some Astros mojo. We have Nick Williams to 250. That is Phillies with the purple parallel there for your rookie Nick Williams. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about Walker Buehler. He has been doing very well for the Dodgers. And you know what? This is going to be pretty exciting for whoever has the Atlanta Braves tonight. How would you like to have Mr. Acuna heading your way? Yeah, I'd say that probably makes you pretty happy if you have Atlanta tonight. Nice hit with Acuna. Very nice hit, as a matter of fact. Bodes well for our case, I think. Usually you pull, you know, one or two good ones out of there. You usually have a pretty good case end up by the time it's all said and done. Ruiz comes out for the Dodgers with an autograph hit. Second one out of that box. Rob, you said it's not streaked for once on the Acuna. I know, some of these card sets, you know, it's, of course, when these guys sign them, they're just dragging their hands or their arms through it as they sign across it, or their clothes drag across it, or they stack them on top of one another while they're still damp. I mean, all kinds of crazy things can happen with these autographs to make them not entirely perfect when they come out. Florial for the Yankees with a nice Atomic Refractor. So, yeah, that does look pretty good. You've got maybe, you know, just a little, that's not even really smeared right there. It's just a little heavier pen stroke than the rest of it. But as a whole, that one did come out pretty well in terms of the signature. And this guy went sliding off on me there. He didn't go far, but nonetheless, we'll take a look at him. He doesn't appear to be any worse for the wear. That was Grayson Rodriguez, which brings us to our next hit. It is Noah Naylor for the Indians. Noah Naylor has been coming out a lot lately. And he's been, he's one that's in the, what's the name of it? Why am I? Onyx Premier Gear. You know, I was telling you guys earlier, I finally got some of that Onyx Premier Gear listed. It's game-used stuff. I mean, it can be gloves, hats, I think balls, jerseys. I think it can be any game-used item at all, actually, that could potentially be in there. You don't know what it's going to be in any given box. And it's mostly prospects, although Acuna is one of them that is not a prospect that's in there. Anyway, Noah Naylor is another one that's in there. But all those, that whole break, I just listed it tonight. And so it'll end on Sunday, but it's all a player break. So you have to search by player name. Here's Nick Schnell for the Tampa Bay Rays. I think he might be in that product too, actually, now that I think about it. I mean, it's a pretty good little checklist. A lot of up-and-comers, though, which Onyx usually is. Yeah, Rob, you're right. A lot of the Acuna autos have been less than perfect, shall we say. But we've had pretty good luck. I mean, the one we pulled out of here to 50 not too awfully long ago, case or two back, was also, I thought, signed pretty well. So definitely some better than others, but I think that's true of about any of the signatures. You're always going to find a group that looks better and a group that looks not as good. Very seldom are they super consistent. Other than last year in football, there was a rookie in football, Taywan Taylor, and that kid has, first of all, a beautiful signature. I mean, outstanding penmanship. You just don't see in autographs these days. And his signature looked picture perfect every time I saw it. It was always about the same size and the same placement and the same nice pen strokes. He's about the only one I can say that I've seen sign a lot that comes out, what I would say, pretty consistent in terms of quality and such. Yankees just back up the truck. You guys are getting a haul out of here tonight. And this is another one headed your way with Clint Frazier rookie autograph for the Yankees. And there's Walker Buehler on the Neophyte Sensations insert for the Dodgers. I'm excited to see if Walker how much he continues to improve. I mean, the kid's already shown himself to be quite good. I think he's just going to keep getting better. Alec Thomas, Arizona Diamondbacks. Little Jonathan India refractor for my Cincinnati Reds. I'm still waiting to see what the rest of the moves are that they're going to make, because they're going to have to make some. Brian, we have done the mini helmets. We sure have. That got us started off tonight, as a matter of fact. If you want to know who they were, you guys in chat are going to have to help me out, because I'm not probably going to entirely remember. But if you don't want to know, jump into chat and tell us real quick so we don't type it in there or say it. Otherwise, between me and the folks who were watching at that point, we can probably remember most of them, if not by name, at least by team. We have ourselves a 1-of-1 printing plate with autograph for the Kansas City Royals with Brady Singer, and that's a fantastic hit. Really like that a lot. As you know, these printing plates don't come out very often, and coming out autographed, really nice hit for Brady Singer and the Royals. So nice little 1-of-1 to make us happy. Or to make somebody happy. Scott Kingery to 150 for the Phillies in the blue parallel. Brian, the video upload will be, after the break finishes tonight. And then, let's say Juan Soto, Best Performers. So we do have a whole other product to break after this. So we're probably at least another hour and a half, maybe a little more than. This is Acuna atomic refractor for the Braves. And then, of course, even after it uploads, YouTube does whatever processing entails, and that can sometimes take another hour or two to make it available. So to be on the safe side, I would say it would be available in the next 3 to 4 hours, give or take an hour. Ryan Rollison, that is for the Colorado Rockies. That's my kind of best estimate, just based on how long I think it will take us to open and recap the rest of what we've got this evening, and then to get it actually uploaded, and then YouTube to make it available. It's my best guess. Yes, it was 5 helmets, and the Detroit was Dick LeBeau. I do remember that because he was the defensive coordinator for years, of course, for my Pittsburgh Steelers. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, player for Detroit. So, signed on the Detroit helmet, but he was Dick LeBeau for the Lions. Yeah, the Cowboys, one of them was a collegiate helmet for Rocket Ismail, and it was on a Notre Dame helmet, but we went to the NFL website, and based on years of service, it went to the Cowboys. The other Cowboy, I can't remember who it was that signed it. The Raiders might have been Ray Guy who signed it, but I'm not 100% sure. And who else do we have, guys? A Saint. We had a Saint. New Orleans Saint. Is that it? Is that everybody? I don't know. So that was 2 Cowboys, a Lion, a Raider, and a Saint. That's everybody, right? Yeah. 2 Cowboys, a Lion, a Raider, and a Saint. Yeah, that's all 5. So, Brian, you had the Lions. Okay, well, cool. Then maybe did you like the Dick LeBeau then? I mean, I don't know. It depends on, I guess, if you want it for your own collection or if you're trying to resell it or whatever. Oh, yeah, Marlon, you're right. I think it was Ricky Jackson. Now that I hear it, that sounds exactly right. I was just trying to... I let that stuff just fly right back out of my head when we're opening other stuff. It doesn't sit in there very long, so I appreciate you all jumping in there and helping out. Nolan Gorman and the St. Louis Cardinals. And that way, Brian didn't have to wait on the recap or the video upload, or however you want to look at it. Mackenzie Gore, atomic refractor, early indications for the Padres. Whoops, that's a refractor. I'm going to stack him in a slightly different spot there. We have some green coming out here. That is also for the Royals, who are having a pretty good night. This is, of course, number to 99. That was Daniel Lynch on that particular one. And you know what? I think I need to... I'm going to set out... Give me 1 second, guys. I want to sort out our atomic refractors, because we probably will want to recap those. Right now I have them stacked in with our regular refractors, but bear with me a second. I think we've pulled enough of those that I think they're going to deserve their own recap tonight. So I'm just going to sort that out right at this moment while I'm thinking about it. It's not going to take me but a second here, and we'll be back to looking through our packs. I just find it's, if we are going to recap something, it's usually easier to sort it, separate it as we go. All right. Now, I think that's a better scenario. We'll be able to review those then. Oh, so you said you'll take the LeBeau. It's better than nothing. So I'm guessing then that his autograph doesn't have a lot of value. Is that right? I'm kind of surprised. I guess just, maybe because he's far removed from playing, maybe that affects it a little bit. Or, and really I guess he's probably better known for coaching anyway, or coordinating, however you want to look at it. Miami Marlins hit with Connor Scott. But he certainly was a heck of a defensive coordinator, I'll tell you that. At least for us he was. We have the Tampa Bay Rays atomic refractor for Willy Adames. Behind that, we have a Power Producer Atomic Refractor for Jo Adell and the Angels. There's an Acuna. That was on the insert. And we have another nice hit for the Braves. Dang, that's on Past Performers insert, and that is Pache. You already have the nice Acuna, and now you're going to add Pache to it. Very, very nicely done, Braves. You have two excellent hits tonight. That was hard signed, by the way, not a sticker. Sometimes with Topps, you will find that when it's on an insert that they have made the autograph a sticker, but that one was not. It was hard signed. Casey Mize, blue to 150 for the Detroit Tigers. And what did you say there, Rob? You said you haven't seen a Judge or Altuve autograph, and you've seen 30 cases. Dang. Marlon, you've watched 20 cases, and you haven't seen one come out either for those two. You know, in Aaron's rookie year, I pulled a ton of Aaron Judge. I mean, like, more than I would have thought we even should have been able to hit, given how hard it was, how much money his stuff was worth in various sections of his rookie year. And we had a ton of him in his rookie year, and we've hit a lot of Altuve last year, and by last year I mean 2018. Of course, Aaron Judge was a rookie in 2017, but in 2018 we hit a lot of Altuve in a lot of just odd places. Just, you know, places sometimes where you would expect to find him, you know, in your dynasties and things like that. But then other times he just would pop up in things where you're like, hey, there's another Jose Altuve. But I didn't pull a lot of Aaron Judge in 2018. You've seen 2 Mike Trout in 10 cases. Rob, you've seen 2 Ohtani. Well, we've hit 1 Ohtani, and we've only opened, what is this, our 4th or 5th case, and we've hit 1 Ohtani I know of out of here for sure. We haven't hit any Mike Trout out of here. I don't remember if did we pull a Chris Bryant? Isn't it a redemption? Did we pull a Chris Bryant redemption out of here? We pulled him recently out of something, but it might not have been out of Bowman's Best. It could have been back in Triple Threads, or I could just be dreaming it. But I know we have hit Chris Bryant some in the last little bit, but it might not have been out of Bowman's Best. May have been farther back. Here's a nice hit for the Astros. You asked for an Astro. I think you'll like this one. Yordan Alvarez is a nice one headed your way for Houston. Very highly regarded prospect for the Astros. But yeah, I mean, like most of the Bowman products, it is going to be easier to find your up-and-coming players and even your current year rookies than it's going to be to pull some of our veteran autographs out of here. They're definitely a little bit of a harder hit in a Bowman product anyway, because it's so centered on prospects in the farm system. Royals, you got a 1/1 Brady Singer autograph. Now you get a Best Performers Gold Parallel numbered to 50 of Brady. So that's not too shabby either. For Kansas City, rolling along tonight. Rob, you said you've seen 3 Chris Bryant. He is a redemption. You've only seen 2. Marlon, you've only seen 2 Alec in 20 cases. Have we had a lot of... I don't know that I've pulled... Have I pulled Alec? I can't even... I think I have, but I don't think we've pulled him much in here anyway. And Marlon, you said 2013 Bowman Sterling had a ton of Aaron Judge. Yeah, some of the stuff the year he went into the farm system did. This is numbered to 25. You've got an atomic refractor for the Mets. And that is Andreas Gimenez. I'm sure you would probably, I mean, that's a nice hit. I'm guessing you would probably be fishing around for a little Jared Kelenic if you have the Mets, but that is still a nice hit. This is the Oakland A's Atomic Refractor for Dustin Fowler. A blue parallel of Jose Altuve to 150 for the Astros. Daniel Lynch. Kansas City Royals all of a sudden are kind of crushing it, aren't they? Sorry, guys and gals. So, yeah, the Royals with the Daniel Lynch to go along with all your Brady Singers. There's a nice Gleyber Torres green parallel to 99 for the Yankees. Sorry. Bronchitis thought it would join the break tonight. It's a little late to the party, but decided to come in and make an entrance. Here's another Connor Scott for the Miami Marlins, the second one, I do believe. Josh Donaldson refractor, and the Marlins with an atomic refractor for Connor Scott. So you're kind of just loading up on Connor Scott variations. Rafael Devers Neophyte Sensations insert for the Red Sox, and Aroldis Chapman. All right, guys, you know what time it is. It is last box mojo time. Our last two mini boxes here represent, of course, our final master box of the evening. So we've had some nice things come out with Acuna and Florial and the one-of-one Brady Singer. We've definitely had some nice things show up, but maybe we can find a little more in here. You think? I think 2019 is going to be good to us and bring us some more heat out of our last box here. Let's hope so. And give it the old college try anyway. Hope for the best. So good luck to everyone. If you haven't hit what you're looking for yet, let's try to work the mojo and bring it for you right now. Marlon, you said you guarantee the redemption is Bryce Terang. I tell you what, he does come out all the time, doesn't he? He's for the Brewers. And that redemption, I think, good grief, has been maybe not in every single case, but in just about every case we've had a Bryce redemption. I agree with you, Marlon. I'll bet you lunch on. I agree with you, so it's hard for me to bet you lunch when I think you're right. But if you want me to take the opposite play, I will. I'll bet you lunch. And the next time I'm in Hawaii, I'll have to pay up. I haven't been there in a while. I'm due a visit there soon, I feel like. It's been a while. Mariners, Josh Stowers. In fact, it's probably been, it's probably been 10 years since I've been to Hawaii. We started traveling through the Caribbean, and that's we've been hitting islands through the Caribbean for a while. Mike Trout, Atomic Refractor for the Angels. Although, I didn't really go on vacation in 2018, and didn't do much of one in 2017 either. We rolled out to the Breeders' Cup out in Los Angeles, and that was about it. We didn't get much else done in 2017. Dang, Kansas City Royals. Again, Brady Singer. Well, Kansas City, you've got, one to keep and a couple to sell, and might as well send one off and get it graded while you're on the way, right? You got plenty to keep you busy with. That was a Best Performers Shohei Ohtani insert that went by. Meanwhile, the Yankees continue on a pretty good little run. Gold parallel to 50 with Aroldis Chapman. Marlon, how's your mom doing, by the way? I know you said your mom had been having some health issues. If I want to say maybe she had a blood clot issue or something like that. Has that resolved, or things better there, hopefully, in that regard? I know that's tough. You know, my mom is not in great health either. She has just a variety of things going on, and and that's tough when our parents go through that sort of stuff. Wow, we finally get some red. So Last Box Mojo does come to visit, and that is numbered to 10. Justin Williams and the Tampa Bay Rays, numbered to 10. Very nice Last Box Mojo coming along the way right there, kids. That's what I'm talking about. It's an Acuna Neophyte Sensations. She is doing okay? Good. I'm glad to hear that. I am very glad to hear that she's on the mend. You know, those blood clots can be a mess to deal with, and just not even right in the immediate. Like, then you have a long period of time after the fact where you're still dealing with them. Padres and Uraeus, or at least the effects of it, and on the lookout for more and all that. I've been down that road. It is not fun. Not me personally, but family member. Chicago White Sox. That is a nice hit for you. Louis Robert. Of course, you had your Nick Madrigal earlier, so White Sox end up coming out of this break in pretty good order as well tonight. All right, so now we're going to find out here in a second if I owe Marlon Slayer lunch, and I'm guessing he's probably right. And I'm guessing I am going to owe Marlon Slayer lunch in a minute after we flip this redemption over. But before we flip it, I'm getting all of our recapped things up here lined up and ready to go. And we're going to flip this, and then, of course, we'll head to the Topps website and check it out. Anthony Siegler. Wow, a Yankee. And we already pulled an Anthony Siegler that was live, didn't we? So why do we have him live and as a redemption? Like, did his hand cramp up half the way through and he stopped signing them, or what? I don't know. It's weird. But that does happen sometimes. Let me get us back to the Topps checklist. I think I was kind of all over the map there earlier when we were on some of our other tabs. Now I got to get myself back over there. We need our Bowman's Best checklist. And this is just going to be a best of 2018 autograph is what we're looking for as our card subset, which we'll come across it. There we go. And then Mr. Anthony Siegler right there. We see that he is a New York Yankee. So Marlon, now I'm going to have to make a trip to Hawaii just to collect on my lunch. Oh, that's too funny. I do like that little side bets, though. You're going to send me a mahi-mahi sandwich to Kentucky. That's awesome, man. That's great. I'm afraid it might have a little bit of food poisoning possibility by the time it got from Hawaii to here, but you never know. You never know. But it's the thought that counts. Oh, no, Mickey, we didn't get you anything again, man. I am so sorry. And I had high hopes for you, too, because you were looking for Cole Winn, and we do pull him a lot. This is an Atomic Refractor little recap here. I believe that I fished all of these out of our other stack to set them aside to recap. If I missed one, if you saw it go through earlier, of course you are going to get it. All the cards ship out of here. So don't worry about that. If I did not pull one out of the other stack, I didn't originally stack it separately, and I kind of should have, and I didn't. All right, our color, Yankees to 50, Yankees to 99, to 150, the Astros, the Kansas City Royals to 50, Casey Mize and the Tigers to 150, Phillies to 150, Phillies to 250, Angels to 250, Rockies to 99, the Nationals to 250, the Yankees to 25, and the White Sox to 250. So there's our color, at least our color that doesn't have an autograph attached to it anyway. Oh, all right, cool, Griffin. I will check on the payment status of that one here in a minute and let you know on that. Marlon, you don't have to send me anything, man. I'm just having fun with you. I'm just playing around. This is a redemption for the Yankees, Anthony Siegler. You have Louis Robert coming out for the White Sox. For the Tampa Bay Rays, numbered 210, it is Justin Williams. Brady Singer for the Royals. You're going to hear that a bunch tonight. Josh Stowers and the Mariners. Connor Scott, Marlins. Daniel Lynch, Royals. Jimenez, Atomic /25 for the Mets. Here's the nice Jordan Alvarez for the Astros. This is nice for the Braves. Christian Pache on the best performers. Another Connor Scott for the Marlins. This is another hit for the Royals. It is Daniel Lynch on the green parallel /99. The Cardinals bring us Nolan Gorman. And then we had a hit for the Rockies with Ryan Rollison. Next up, a quite handsome 1/1 printing plate for the one and only Kansas City Royals. That's right. That's Brady Singer again. And, I'm sure you guys all know this, but you can see on these printing plates, it's imperfect. You've got scratches and marks and things on it. That is inherent in the fact that it really was used in the printing process. And I try to remember to point that out because somebody got one once and then they were like really upset and thought that something had happened to it on the way. But it's just how they come, guys. Diamondbacks, Alec Thomas, Clint Frazier, and the Yankees. Nick Schnell for the Tampa Bay Rays. Noah Naylor for the Cleveland Indians. Here's this nice Acuna for the Atlanta Braves. We like that. Los Angeles Dodgers, Ruiz. Jonathan India for my Cincinnati Reds. Jordan Adams for the Angels. Austin Meadows, Pirates. Numbered /99, it's Nick Madrigal for the White Sox. Carter Kieboom and the Nationals. Florial, Yankees. Grayson Rodriguez for the Orioles. The Yankees and Anthony Siegler. See, there he is live in there. And then our other one is a redemption, which I think is so strange. But anyway, Matthew Liberatore, that's a nice hit as well for the Tampa Bay Rays. The Mariners and Logan Gilbert. And we got things started tonight with the Yankees and Josh Breaux. So that is how Bowman's Best finished up for us tonight. That's going to bring us into some Optic football. And we may have a team available. And if you hang tight here with me for a hot second, I am going to get myself back over here and try to find out if we're still waiting for payment or if we've gotten payment or what our situation is. So let me see what's happening with it. And it looks like it is still sitting there. I'm going to just check one thing here real quickly. Doesn't look like I've got any messages either. All right, kids. So that means it is the Dallas Cowboys that we have open here in Optic. And it looks like it was $57.01 was the last bid amount. So is anyone interested in picking up the Dallas Cowboys in the Optic break that we are about to do? Can just let me know if you are or not. Meanwhile, I'm going to update the spreadsheet here to reflect that it is currently an unpaid team. While I'm waiting, and I know there's a delay in when you guys type something into chat and when I see it. So while I'm allowing for you to ponder whether or not you want the Cowboys, we're going to go ahead and start taking a look at some spreadsheet stuff here. So once again, you've probably seen this by now, but if you have not, looking for this tonight for Bowman's Best and Optic, hopefully to be on the way to you by Saturday, sooner if I can make it happen. And if something unusual happens, some of it could possibly slide into Monday, but I'm hopeful it will be on or before Saturday if the rest of the week goes smoothly anyway. And rolling into this, it's going to be a 12-box case of Optic football. It's full case. It's break number 4. Of course, team names are on the left. The winning bidders are across from it on the right-hand side. And then, of course, our Cowboys, the open spot. And I will check into chat here in a moment after we scroll down through the rest of the list And whoever wants to pick that up, if somebody does want to pick it up, we'll sort out the details here and see where we are. All right, so Michael, you said well, Griffin, did you say for sure you wanted, Griffin says, all right, Griffin says, Michael says it's good for Griffin to take it. Okay, all right, I was confused about who said what. I needed to read farther back up then. but that puts us back in okay shape here then. You guys worked that out while I was reading through it, so perfect. So Griffin, there I typed in again my PayPal email. Guys, I don't use that to check correspondence, so be aware of that. If you ever send me messages there, I might see it in about 10 months or something. That email I've had for a zillion years. You might guess that since it's an AOL email. You might imagine that I've had it for a very long time. But it's tied to so many things that are on auto pay, and then it's tied to PayPal and all that kind of stuff, and I just let all kinds of stuff filter in there, and I never really sort it for anything other than, PayPal stuff. So anyway, so that gives Griffin 1A is going to pick that up. Let me write in here. And Griffin, if you would, just put in the notes, Cowboys Optic and today's date and, break 4 or whatever, so that I know what's going on with it when I later am tracking it down. Of course, I'm updating the spreadsheet too, but that also just makes life a little bit easier. And I've got to go in and cancel it out in eBay. And then Griffin, just let me know when we are good to go, when you're all taken care of. Let me know, please, sir. And meanwhile, let me go in and get this canceled. And that is done. So that's going to make the Cowboys all yours. And once again, thank you guys for your patience, and thank you for those of you who jump in and pick up these teams that people don't get paid for. I do appreciate it. I hope we're going to get back soon to where we don't have this to deal with every evening, because this is always a pain when we have to slow down and do it. It's not fun for any of us. I know that. So there you'll see, of course, I just reflected that change there on the Cowboys. That shows that Griffin 1A picked it up on a second chance offer. Then everything else is back exactly as we already scrolled through and saw. And Griffin, as soon as you give me the go-ahead, man, as soon as you give me the green light that you're ready, then we're going to get cracking. Meanwhile, I'm going to start getting these out of the case. I do have a case of Optic first off the line, and I'm going to be working that in somewhere in the next probably week or so, and I'm probably going to work it in amongst our regular Optic cases as well. So for those of you who might be, look at that, that looks weird. Look at that. It's all like smashed up and hanging out and weird. Huh. Well, hopefully the cards inside will be okay. Usually there's enough packaging around them, you don't have to worry about it, but that is unusual. Especially because there's no damage at all to my outer case. How strange. Anyway, those of you who might be interested in the first off the line boxes of this, it is a different configuration. You don't have all these base cards in it. It's got autograph, and I think it's got 2 autographs and maybe a couple of parallels and a base card, and they're all low numbered. Some of them very low numbered, specific to the first off the line stuff. And of course I'll put all the details in the listing. I'll have to look them all back up. But somewhere along the way, look for that case to show up, and the headline will have FOTL in it, which is the abbreviation I use for first off the line. So for anybody who might be interested in that sort of thing. All right. Oh, Griffin, you got it? Awesome. Awesome, awesome, man. Then we are in good shape, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, no worries about if it didn't give you a spot to write notes. No worries. I mean, I can print it out tonight after the break and handwrite it on there anyway, so it's not that big a deal. Plus, I've got it in the spreadsheet. It's just, you know, it helps me to keep it straight somewhat if we have more than one pickup in a night. But the dollar amounts, obviously, between this and the mini helmet are different. That was picked up earlier, so I'll be able to sort it out anyway, so it's all good. Yeah, Michael, I do. Those non-paying bidders. I mean, here's the thing with it. If they haven't paid you and you resell their spot, then you have to cancel the order, in which case then they never get any unpaid item strikes or nothing happens to them at all, basically, and they can just keep doing it forever. The only way that you can avoid that, of course, is if you don't resell the team and you just let it sit there. But then if you just let it sit there, probably, I would say 60% of the time, I don't get paid. Maybe 40% of the time, I do later get paid. But at least 60% of the time on teams I let sit, I don't get paid. I let somebody sit the other night in Optic to the tune of like almost $100, probably $100 when you added shipping. Because I looked at it, I was, that was one of those nights when I was feeling really sick. And I recognized the last name, so I thought, oh yeah, that's no big deal. They're probably just, out. It's the holidays, whatever. I let it sit. And of course, it never got paid. When I looked at it more closely, when I wasn't feeling quite so poorly, it was the same last name as somebody who bids with me often, but it was an entirely different first name, totally different person. And yeah, they just like stiffed me on it. So sometimes that's what happens, but that's the only way they get any kind of an unpaid item strike on eBay is if you let it sit and then they don't ever pay you. And so that's how they get away with it, basically, Looking for a Sam Darnold autograph. Well, let's try and do that, John. Let's try and make that happen for you. We've pulled Sam fairly often out of various things this year. I'm trying to think if, I think we've maybe pulled him once out of Optic, maybe, so far. And this is our, fourth case of it. So we're not too deep in the water yet on Optic. We haven't done a ton of it yet, but now there's going to be loads and loads and loads of numbered stuff in here. Anytime you see this particular color, there are going to be refractors, which are also known as Prism by eBay, by Panini. And this particular color is going to be numbered to 299. So whenever you see that color, you know that that is numbered to 299. Legends series are not numbered. These little filler cards, if you happen to desire to have a code to submit your kid for Panini Kid Reporter, feel free. You can just snag one right off of there and write it down, and it can be all yours. One autograph per box. Here's the one for box number 1. It is a nice Shaquem Griffin rated rookie Prism coming out for the Seattle Seahawks to get things started off tonight. Michael says Rosen gets pulled a lot out of here. Yeah, we've pulled Rosen a fair amount, I think. But honestly, we opened so much stuff, I sometimes forget, like, was it out of Playbook that I pulled it, or was it out of here that I pulled it? Sometimes I can't remember which comes out of which product. So, this kind of orangey color, whenever you see that, it's going to be numbered to 199. This is Mike Gesicki for the Dolphins, rated rookie to 199. We won't keep flipping those over since we're that's why I'm showing you on the back now what those colors are numbered to. And if there's something you want to see a specific numbering on, you can let me know. Also, the majority of these I think we'll wait and set aside, and I'll put them in sleeves later so it doesn't slow us down. This is just a base Prism. So again, whenever you see that little rainbow of colors reflecting back at you, that is a Prism / refractor. That was for the 49ers, Dante Pettis, Kareem Hunt. And this is a nice hit, Downtown. So I have had a case of this. The very first case of it opened, we had a tremendous number of these, like a lot, 5, 6, 7, like so many that I couldn't believe. And I thought, man, they're not going to have much value because they're coming out so much. Saquon Barkley, Downtown. Then ever since then, the other cases we've not had but maybe 1 or 2 in a case. So I think that first case was just an anomaly. And someone told me recently that Baker Mayfield downtowns are going for a couple $100. Explosive, we'll find plenty of these. Those are not numbered. That one was DeAndre Hopkins and the Texans. We'll find lots of these Elite Series rookies. Those are not numbered, nor are they prisms. But they're cool little inserts, so they don't come out a drastic amount of the time. You know, they come out some, but not loads. This handsome UK blue, I'm going to call it, will be numbered to 149 every time you see it. That's James White and the Patriots. So that's to 299. And the red, when we pull the red, those are numbered to 99. This is Dante Pettis for the 49ers. To 299 for the Saints. Elite Series, we also have the Elite Series, of course, for the non-rookies. And then, again, those show up, you know, I don't know, maybe 1 a box or maybe not quite 1 a box, but somewhere in that general vicinity. So then going forward, I'm not going to stop necessarily and put all those in sleeves unless we find some really low numbered ones like to 10 or there are some numbered to 50. Those we would probably put in sleeves, but otherwise the rest of this stuff, I'll put it in sleeves after the break so we don't have to spend so much time doing that right now. And that'll keep things moving along a bit for us. Griffin, you need a Zeke now to get you rolling after you picked up the Cowboys. So we're going to have to see if we can get some mojo rolling for you as a nice little payback for picking up the unpaid team. Marlon, I didn't know that you were looking for Shaquem Griffin, man. Well, that worked out well. I like that kid. He's good. You know, he's never going to be an every down player just because of what he's got going on with his missing hand. But I'm going to tell you what, he is an excellent player when he gets out there, and he can do pretty much anything anybody else can do, from what I can tell. He's quite good and very inspirational, of course. I was so glad he ended up on the team with his brother too. That's just a cool story. Marlon, you've seen a bunch of cases that have 4 downtowns. I'd say most of ours have been like 2 or 3. But that very, very first case, I think we had more than that even. I really do think we had like 5 or 6, because we had 2 or 3 that were just Antonio Brown. I mean, like, it was crazy. And then I think another 2 or 3 on that, because I was so bummed that we pulled so many, because I thought when I first saw it, it was going to be a case hit like it has been in basketball for the last couple years. So I was thinking, cool, you know, this is our case hit. And then somebody said, oh no, you're going to find a bunch more. And so I thought, okay, well, a couple of case, it's still pretty special. And then we pulled so many, I thought, oh man, that takes all the fun out of it. Well, it turns out that was just kind of a hot case. Not that many per case normally, so. Oh, Michael, he outbid you by $1. Oh, no, man. Oh, no, I'm sorry about that. And, Michael, you were in a case where they had 1 downtown a box, and one of your boxes had 2 autographs. Well, that would definitely be a hot case, too, I would say. That would fall under the definition of that. I don't think Panini technically says they have hot cases in here, but, yeah, that sounds to me like a hot case. Yingsta, you are looking for a Pat Mahomes, huh? Michael Thomas to $2.99. Right after I said I wasn't going to sleeve those, didn't I? There is Illusions for the Packers. That's Aaron Rodgers, another insert series we'll find lots of. An insert for Gronk. That was not a prism, just an insert. And we have a bunch of these for the Eagles, various Eagles players that say the champ is here. That particular one was for Nick Foles. And Jamon Moore is our hit out of this box. Green Bay Packers Honestly, that's more of a signature than we normally get from him. So how about that? We got a little extra haha there. Usually it's just been like a J and a dot. One of you all nicknamed him that, J dot. It's numbered to 75 as well on the rated rookie for the Packers. So glad to see that Jamon Moore took an extra, 5 seconds there and gave us a little squiggle after the fact, making everybody happy. We like that plan. So we had, I tell you what, Yingsta, we had a break last night. If you like Pat Mahomes, we did a mixer last night with NFL. One of them was NFL mixer, one was NBA. One of the things in there was a box of fantasy sports breaks football, which I've had for months and months, and I just never broke it and couldn't decide what to do with it. I put it in this mixer. We'll finish this story in a minute. Lamar Jackson, that's going to be numbered to 50 for the Baltimore Ravens. Lamar is playing well. He's got his guys in good position, headed into the playoffs. You can't deny that. He's got things he needs to work on, just like he did when he was at Louisville. But he's a playmaker. He's got his team energized, and he's got them in the best position they've been in a while. So I'm a fan in that regard. Alex McGough, Seahawks, rated rookie Prism. And then we have Derek Carr, 149 for the Raiders. So last night in this break, what did I just say the name of that product was? Fantasy Sports Breaks. It had 2 guaranteed hits in it. That's to 299 Jair Alexander. And then it has 2 packs in it. I'm sorry, 199 Jair Alexander, 299 Aaron Rodgers. And hey, there's a Shaquem Griffin rated rookie numbered to 299 also for your Seahawks. And it has 2 guaranteed hits, 2 packs. You don't know, the packs can be random. They can be from any product. They could be all base. They could have hits. You don't really know what they're going to be. So we opened that thing up that's been sitting around on this table and in various places for probably 6 months. One of the things in there was a Pat Mahomes rookie autograph out of Absolute Football. The other one was, I want to say the Raiders, and out of like a 1998 Topps or Bowman product. And then both of our miscellaneous packs had hits in them too. It actually turned out to be a pretty cool product. And then after all of that, one of my bidders sent me a message and said, see, I've been telling you, that's a good product. And he listed off a bunch of things that he said he's seen pulled out of it because he's watched a lot of breaks of it. And apparently, Pat Mahomes and those kinds of things are in that product a lot. So I'm going to try to find us a little more of that fantasy sports breaks and see if we can continue to pull some rabbits out of the hat out of that product. So the moral of the story is, if you see anybody doing fantasy sports breaks, it's actually a pretty cool product and you might do well with it. So Marlon, you like Rashad a lot too? It seems like Rashad comes out more than Shaquem Griffin, doesn't it? Autograph-wise, it seems like. I don't know. Maybe that's just me thinking that, but it seems like it. You've seen only 3 or 4 Shaquem out of the 8 cases that you've been in. Michael, you had a nice hit today. Rashad Penny, Doug Baldwin, 1-of-1 printing plate. We pulled tremendous stuff out of XR. In one case, we had 2 Baker Mayfields. One of them was a 1-of-1. And we had 2, somebody else, I don't even remember who it was now, but another one of our prominent rookies. We had 2 of him redemptions, and then the 2 Baker Mayfield redemptions. And then we had like another 1 or 2 1-of-1s in that thing. XR was an excellent product this year. Pretty much everything we opened in XR was good. Yeah, Michael, I don't blame you. I'd put that up on eBay too. Oh, I'm sorry. You were saying it was 3 or 4 cases out of 8 had 4 downtown cards in it. Okay, I was confused. Sorry. I'm back on track now. I read out of order, I guess. That is Kiki to 299 for the Texans. Yeah, sometimes it scrolls by faster and then I try to read back up and I miss something here or there. That's an MVP Nick Foles insert. Or Matt Ryan. I got Nick Foles on the brain. That was an MVP Matt Ryan insert. Clearly you can tell I'm, thinking the Eagles have a shot with Foles once they're in the playoffs again. Jabril Peppers and the Browns. Deontay Burnett. That is the 299 for the Titans. Alex McGough. Seahawks are racking it up tonight. Marlon is doing very well because that is numbered to 35. Second hit for the Seahawks. Very nice. So, last night we were talking a little bit about the coaching carousel. And I had a theory about whether or not Hugh Jackson had gone to the Bengals, perhaps trying to position himself to take over once they let Marvin go. And don't you know, of course, obviously they let Marvin go. And don't you know, the very next day, i.e. today, Marvin Lewis comes out saying, oh, how good he thinks Hugh Jackson would be for the head coach of the Bengals. I was like, oh, you just know that was coming. Eli Manning, that's to 99 for the Giants. But I'm going to tell you, man, if the Bengals put Hugh Jackson in there, they're nuts. That's to 299 for the Saints. Like, they are absolutely off their rocker if they do that. Josh Adams, the Eagles. Like, if you're going to do that, you should have just kept Marvin Lewis. That's to 199, Tom Brady and the Patriots. So, I don't know, but that would just be crazy. That's to 149. That is Maddox for the Eagles. And then, of course, all the news comes out today. More Antonio Brown drama. Like, good grief. Somebody needs to get that guy under control. Now he's saying he wants to be traded and, that he has problems with Big Ben and he has problems with Tomlin and he thinks Tomlin favors Big Ben. And I'm just like, oh, come on, guy. Can't you just shut up? Like, for 2 years, all you've done is run your mouth about something and cause drama. Not 2 years solid, but... And I love Antonio Brown, okay? I love the guy. But he has just been a soap opera. All the way back to when he did his YouTube live and, live streamed Mike Tomlin talking about the Patriots in what should have been a closed locker room. It's just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And the bad thing is I kind of knew it. I know somebody who used to work for the Steelers organization. And they told me a bunch of stuff about Antonio that burst my bubble back a year or two ago. And they said that he's really a diva, which I think we had kind of all figured out anyway by his antics. But said he was really a diva and that he would just not show up for things, or he would show up for things that were scheduled 3, 4, 5 hours late, never call, never tell anybody, and just you might see him and you might not. And even stuff like when he's supposed to be visiting children in the hospital and stuff like that, he would be supposed to be there and he would just either not show up or show up really late or something. And he told me that he was just extremely hard to deal with because his words were a diva. And I was so disappointed when I heard that. I was like, oh, don't tell me that. I love AB. But I don't know. It's, I guess when you make that kind of money, there's always going to be problems, right? Everybody's always going to want a bigger piece of the pie and all that sort of thing. I don't know. You said the Bees are all babies. Brown and Bell and Beckham. Who are you thinking of with Beckham? I was thinking you'd say Big Ben. Terry Bradshaw, MVP. Insert. Speaking of the Steelers, Durham Smythe, numbered to 199. Dolphins. But yes, I was just bummed. And now to come out and say he wants to be traded all because of that argument. I mean, come on, guy. You're making $1 zillion trillion. Just play. You can have a fight. It'll be all right. Mason Rudolph refractor. Tom Brady refractor / prism. I think really more the problem is probably Juju Smith-Schuster cutting into his receptions. And then, of course, then we went out and drafted James Washington as well. He probably took that as a little bit of a slap in the face, too. I don't know. But I hope it settles down and he stays. I really don't want him to leave, even though he is full of drama. I just want him to calm down. For the Broncos, it is David Williams to 99. A redemption. You know what that means. It's going to sit right up there in housekeeping. Upside down, face down, until the end of the break, whereby we will then flip it over, find out who it is, go to the Panini website, verify the team, find out what it's numbered to, etc. Josh Allen, downtown for the Buffalo Bills. So that's our second downtown tonight. See how many more we can conjure up on this New Year's Day. Carson Wentz to 149 for the Eagles, to 299 Christian McCaffrey. Devontae Adams, Green Bay Packers, to 199. So now that the playoff field is set, who is everybody's prediction for the Super Bowl winner? Who do you think it's going to be? I'm not going to hold you to it, but I'm just interested to see where everybody's leaning at this point. I mean, it's hard not to think about it being the Saints, right? But you got the Chiefs kind of hanging around there, and Pat Mahomes has proven to be pretty magic, so I don't know. See, now you say Chiefs or the Rams, but I feel like the Rams, who are so good throughout most of the regular season, for some reason I'm feeling like the Rams have kind of hit a speed bump. Maybe I'm just viewing it through the, I haven't seen a lot of their complete games. They're not always in my market, so I see a highlight reel and just look at box scores and things like that. So maybe they haven't hit as much of a speed bump as it feels to me like they have. But a little bit earlier in the year, yeah, I would have absolutely said Rams. Now I'm leaning a little bit more towards, like, Chiefs. Or Saints. I don't know. I don't think it's going to be the Patriots again. I don't see that happening. Michael, maybe the Chargers have a path to get there, but I really think isn't the Chargers in their first game Ravens? And I think the Ravens are probably going to beat the Chargers. I mean, they just beat them a couple weeks ago. And I feel like the Ravens are going to be kind of a sneaky little flying under the radar team you might not want to meet early on. So, I don't know. I think the Chargers may not get past the Ravens. I think that's who their first game is anyway. Michael's just saying, the AFC's going to win, just period. Well, that's fine too. Poor Vikings, man. What are the Vikings going to do? Just paid Kirk Cousins like $80 trillion zillion, 100% guaranteed. And he turns up as like, the Kirk Cousins who can't win big games. Like we were all kind of trying to say, it's the cast around him in Washington. Maybe not. So the Vikings, dump all 3 of their quarterbacks. Let them go in free agency to go pay Kirk Cousins a king's ransom. And the guy just chokes. Oh, I don't know what Minnesota's going to do. That's a rough one. Danny Etling /99, Patriots. That one is a sticker autograph, guys. I think most of our others, if not all of them, have been on card. But that one was definitely a sticker there for the Patriots and Etling. Because, I mean, that's not a contract you can really get out of very easily. And nobody else can take that after the way he played this year. And all that money fully guaranteed. Ooh, mercy. I think they should have stuck with what they had. And the Broncos probably wish they hadn't made that trade then, too. I don't know. That turns out to be something that could set them back for years. Which basically I think is kind of what happened to the Ravens, frankly. After they won the Super Bowl in, what was it, 12 or 13. And then they gave Joe Flacco that gigantic contract, and then he never played that well again. /99 Jabril Peppers and the Browns. But then they couldn't trade him, couldn't dump him, couldn't do anything with him because of the money. /149 Kiki, until obviously this year. Deal expired. MVP Thurman Thomas, Bills. That is John Kelly, speaking of the Rams. So, I don't know. I think they're going to be in trouble in Minnesota, though. /299 Buffalo Bills. Of course, they're saying my guy Josh Allen, my edge rusher here out of the University of Kentucky. I'm hearing he could possibly go #1 overall. Mostly, though, I'm hearing like top 5. Many are projecting him, I think, to go 3rd to the Jets, perhaps. But a few people have said he might go past Bosa, since Bosa hadn't really played in a while. To /199, there was Marlon Mack and the Colts. And there's Ian Thomas /299 for the Panthers. And, of course, you know, Josh has gotten better and better as the year goes on. I think he's got a legit shot at it. I would love it if he went #1 overall, but might be asking for too much. I don't know. But he played well again today, so, you know, that's everybody's last look at him, I guess. Unless did he accept another, he might have accepted another bowl invitation, like, not Senior Bowl, but, what's the other one they play? He might still be playing in one of those, I can't remember. But I'd be really happy if he goes even top 5, I'm going to be really happy. But if he went #1 overall, oh, I would lose my mind. Whatever team he went to, you would not be able to outbid me in most breaks. Until I got a nice selection of his autographs, I'll tell you that. I love that kid. Came in here as a 2-star, basically unrecruited. I think it was that his coach, maybe his high school coach or something, reached out to somebody on our staff and said, take a look at him. I think maybe that's the deal, or maybe we found him on our own. I don't know. But anyway, he was kind of under the radar, 2-star kind of guy, and came in here, just got better every year, was fantastic this year. Could have probably turned pro last year, decided to come back, and just got better and better and better. And I'm really excited for the kid. Larry Fitzgerald /199 for the Cardinals. There's a Vita Vea, Tampa Bay Buccaneers /99. And you know, we do not get a lot of high draft picks for football out of the UK. Let's face it. I mean, we have a handful, you know, Tim Couch, Randall Cobb, a few. MVP Aaron Rodgers for the Packers. But we're not like Alabama that turns out 100,000 draft picks a year. So for us, if we get him in there at a high draft pick, it's going to be pretty cool for our program and our kids. Sony Michel, back-to-back Patriots hits. This one numbered /85. So you had Danny Etling a minute ago. Sony Michel coming out on that one. Aaron Rodgers, Packers, 99. What if the Eagles were to sneak back into the Super Bowl? That would freak me out. It's Mike Hughes to 299. Sean Lee to 299 for the Cowboys. So, I mean, they look dead in the water when Nick Foles came along and took over after Carson got injured again. And all of a sudden, there they are. I kind of hope it's Pat Mahomes, though. It's been a lot of fun to watch the Chiefs play this year, even though their defense is kind of terrible. They've still won a lot because their offense is really good, and they've been fun to watch. So I would be very okay with having Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs win. Of course, now that my Steelers are out, I don't really care all that much who wins. I'm kind of just want to see interesting games. That was an Illusions insert for Travis Kelce and the Chiefs, and that was an Elite Rookie insert that went by for Sam Darnold, and a refractor for the Broncos, and there's a refractor for the Ravens with Jaleel Scott. Falcons, Kurt Benkert, 199. We are officially at the halfway point. 6 open, 6 to go. Yeah, maybe we'll work in that first off the line optic maybe about this time next week. We'll try and roll that in. Maybe Monday, Tuesday, something of next week. It's a quick break, though, as compared to this one, since it doesn't have all the base cards in it. Excuse me, all the base cards in it. Actually has more hits per box, but it will be incredibly fast to open. There's like 5 cards or 7 cards or something in a box, as opposed to all these. They did announce the release date for National Treasures recently, too. Someone asked me in here, not that awfully long ago, to $2.99 for the Bears, if I knew what the release date was, and we were just kind of speculating, but it hadn't, I couldn't remember, or it hadn't been announced or whatever. They did finally give us the date. It's in March for National Treasures football, if they don't move it. Rated rookie to 99, Ronald Jones, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that is for the Eagles. It is LeGarrette Blount on the Champ is Here insert. What do you think about the... I think the Browns could make the playoffs next year. Is that bold? Is that too bold? I don't know. I think the Browns... I said it the first of this year when they drafted Baker. And had Tyrod in, drafted Baker, had a nice young group. I predicted at the first of the year, I think, that they would maybe win 5 or 6 games. And they did win 5 or 6 games. But they look so much better after moving on from Hugh. I really think they could be good enough next year with the right coaching. Maybe add a couple more pieces through the draft. Maybe they can get to the playoffs next year. That would be something, wouldn't it? That would be similar to the worst to first that the Bears did this year. Which we can't forget about the Bears in the playoffs either, by the way. But Peyton Manning is apparently trying to influence the coaching choice for the Browns. Isn't that odd? But he is, because the Haslams, I guess, are big Tennessee fans, so therefore big Peyton fans and know him and hang out with him and whatever. This is Ian Thomas for the Carolina Panthers. It's numbered to 99. And so he is trying to get the Browns to pick up, I've forgotten who it was now, somebody really specific that he wanted them to talk to for the head coaching job in Cleveland. I can't remember who it was, though. To 299, Cedric Wilson, Cowboys. To 199, Julio Jones and the Falcons. I do remember, though, when I read it, I remember thinking, oh, no, don't listen to Peyton. That is St. Brown for the Packers. But it might have been the Dolphins coach. Might have been the Dolphins coach that he thinks should go up there. That, of course, recently fired Dolphins coach. That is an Illusions Jalen Ramsey insert. To 149 for the Cardinals with Patrick Peterson. To 199, Deshaun Hamilton and the Broncos. See, I thought we would be done early tonight since I started at 8:30, but really we're still going to be, probably every bit of 11, aren't we? What time is it now? 10:30 almost? Yeah, it is. So, yeah, we're not going to finish up that much ahead of where we would have anyway, I guess, even though we did start early. I was trying to get you finished. Not as late tonight since we've all got to go back to work tomorrow. But I just forget, Optic takes a long time. Bowman's Best is a fairly quick break, but Optic really isn't. It could be, if they would put fewer packs in every box. But they like to torture us. That is to 299 for the Dolphins, Durham Smythe. To 149, Ezekiel Elliott and the Cowboys. I know you said you wanted it to be autographed, but at least we did find you an Ezekiel Elliott. Here comes our third downtown. And it's Jimmy G. How about that, 49ers? Got a little Jimmy G action coming your way with a downtown insert. To 299, Devontae Parker, Dolphins. To 199, Luke Falk, Titans. Hellfish, you said, have you seen like 10 Mariotas? I don't know if you have or not. I will freely admit that I do not pay a whole lot of attention to the base when we're doing stuff like this. It has a lot of cards in it. I tend to just kind of not entirely zone out, but I largely zone out on the base and pay attention more to just, the inserts and things. So we could have seen a bunch of Marcus Mariota go by. I don't know. Has anybody else seen a bunch of Marcus Mariota go by? Base? Maybe. I don't know. But I can start paying attention for you, Hellfish, if you want me to. Anytime you guys want to know a specific something or another, just let me know. And if I have it kind of in my frame of reference, I can manage to do it. That was a Quentin Nelson base prism that went by, and we're going to follow that up with a nice low-numbered green Quentin Nelson. That is numbered to 5. It is number 3 of 5 to be exact. So the Colts with 2 Quentin Nelson hits there side by side, back to back, whatever you want to call them. But one of them was to 5. And our hit is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, numbered to 150. That's Justin Watson, and that one is a sticker auto. Kareem Hunt for the Chiefs. There's an MVP, Marcus Allen and the Raiders. Dalvin Cook and the Vikings. That one is numbered to 50 for Minnesota. See a little orange on the horizon back here. Numbered to 199, that is Leonard Williams and the Jets. Marlon, you've seen quite a few of the Marcus Mariota base go by too. All right, so then we're going to assume that you are not then, in fact, crazy, which I didn't think you were anyway, Hellfish. But we're gonna use Marlon there to verify that you are in fact not crazy and that a bunch have gone by. I got quite a large pile of boxes and wrappers over here next to me. It's going to be like up even with my chair here in a minute. I'll get a baseball mixer up for us sometime in the next few days as well. Or maybe I shouldn't say next few days. I should say within the next week or 10 days. We'll probably do another NFL mixer, another NBA, and I need to put a baseball one together. I've got stuff to do with a baseball one, but I just haven't taken the time to do it yet. Oh, Marlon, you know the Mariota as well? Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool. Marcus seems like he'd be a good guy. Illusions, AJ Green and the Bengals. Rams Elite, Jared Goff insert. Mike Evans and the Buccaneers to 50. I see a red coming up, which will be numbered to 99. But meanwhile, there's a nice little Drew Brees prism for the Saints. And here's our red from Minnesota. Split my sleeve. Conklin, numbered to 99 for the Vikes. Greg Olsen jumped off sides there. So I believe, I don't see any issues with him, but you know, if one gets away from me a little bit, I do like to double check them. Usually they're fine. Cortland Sutton to 299, because you know, they're like that far off of a padded mat, but I still like to look. Andrew Luck to 299 for the Colts. Myles Garrett and the Browns to 50, Jabril Peppers. I'm sorry, not to 50, to 149. Wrong color. That is not purple. That is blue for the Browns. Oh, here comes a nice little Deshaun Watson for the Texans. This little handsome card should be numbered 225. Yeah, it is number 2 of 25 for the Houston Texans with the nice Deshaun Watson insert. Dolphins to 199. Man, there's a lot of those kid reporters in there. Here comes Josh Allen, numbered to 35. How about that if you've got Buffalo? That kid's going to be fine. He had a rough go of it right in the, you know, start of the start of the season. Then he got injured, and he does need some supporting players around him, but I think he's going to be all right. The score is Texas 20, Georgia 7. Griffin, what is going on? Why is Georgia getting thumped? What has happened? That's like I would have expected that score to be flipped. Georgia was really good this year. What's going on down there? Marlon, you coached Marcus and his brother in soccer. Oh, how cool. Does he hook you up with tickets to the Titans when you're in the continental United States? Does he hook you up and you go watch him play? That would be so cool. Drew Brees, downtown, and the Saints. I think that is our 4th downtown, as a matter of fact. Yeah, the closest that I have, that is Malik Jefferson Prism for the Bengals, is my good friend, her cousin plays for the Vikings. Michael Gallup rated rookie Prism for the Cowboys. That's like the only active player NFL connection that I have at all. Is just my friend's cousin for the Vikes. And I mean, I know the one guy who used to work for the Steelers, but he doesn't work there anymore, so that doesn't do me any good. So, Marlon, are you still a soccer coach? That seems like it would be fun. What? What did you say? They tried to kill the Georgia mascot in the pregame? And it was a sign. I don't know. I did not think Georgia would be getting thumped like that. So they need to come out of the locker room after halftime with a little fire under their butts. I mean, what is that about? Oh, well, no. I mean, I wouldn't figure, of course. No, I would not figure that you'd, like, be tracking him down, you know, trying to, like, hassle him for him. I didn't mean it like that. I just thought maybe, like, if you were, that he would just be like, hey, man, come to a game or whatever. That sort of thing. Christian Kirk and the Cardinals numbered to 75. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's got to be tough for him to navigate around without people trying to get his autograph or track him down for something. Melvin Gordon and the Chargers to 149. Matt Stafford Prism for the Lions. Jabril Peppers for the Browns to 199. That's a Matt Stafford insert. I'm sure anybody, you know, all those athletes probably pulled in a million directions. Khalil Mack to 299. Ryan Izzo to 299. Oh, I'm going to have to watch that on YouTube then. He breaks through the fence and goes after the dog. Oh, that is just awful. That poor little Georgia Bulldog. He didn't hurt him, did he? You said it'll make Sports Center. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't doubt that. Good gracious. That is terrible. Yeah, I mean, that's, if Georgia doesn't play better than that, it's hard to even look at that and say, well, yeah, they should have taken the place of Notre Dame because, well, Notre Dame played terribly. But it doesn't sound like Georgia's playing very well right now. That is another Champus here for the Eagles. Jamon Moore Prism rated rookie to 149. Deion Kane and the Colts. a rated rookie Balaj to 299 for the Dolphins. An Illusions Deshaun Watson for the Texans. That was an Elite Rookies Washington. Again, that's not a refractor or anything. It's just we don't see as many of those Elite Series rookies, so I usually call them out if I see them. Carson Wentz to 50 for the Eagles. Marlon, you said Marcus is super generous. He set up a foundation his parents run. They sponsor a bunch of camps. Oh, that's very cool, man. Very cool. So you said the Bulldog's not hurt, but probably not feeling too tough right now. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. Ay, ay, ay. I don't know. That's, you know, a lot of times I might not be pulling for Georgia since they're our, you know, foe in the SEC, but once you get in bowl games and stuff like that, you got to pull for your conference. You have to stick with your conference once you get to that point. Well, right, LeBron James, I think, has built some schools, and LeBron James, of course, and another athlete who has done a lot in the, well, for him specifically in the Ohio area, because he's from Akron, so I think a lot of the professional athletes have foundations and do a lot of good work with them, which is really nice. I mean, considering how much money they make, it's really nice to see them giving back of time as much as money even. I mean, certainly money's great, but it's nice when you see those guys give back and run camps and interact with youth sports and things. I think is really nice. And obviously building schools is admirable as well, clearly. All right, so this is going to be numbered to 50. It is Royce Freeman and the Broncos. And you know we haven't hit our case hit yet. Our RPA hasn't come up yet. Rob Gronkowski and the Patriots. That is Cam Newton to 149 for the Panthers. Kenyon Drake Dolphins to 299. Trey Quinn to 149 for the Redskins. So yeah, we're definitely still due to hit a case hit. Well, this is, I think, downtown number 5, isn't it? I think it is. So Marlon brought us good luck by saying he had seen several cases with lots more downtowns than normal. This one, Baker Mayfield for the Browns, is the one that somebody told me has been selling for like $200. Is that right, guys? Has that been going for that much? If so, the Browns just kind of got their money's worth, right? Hellfish, you're saying you wish who would sign more, Marcus Mariota or LeBron James? Oh, LeBron James, I think, is, I think LeBron James is very business savvy. I think he definitely is. You're saying that Marcus, I'm assuming that is saying that Marcus scored in the top 5% of the SATs, and you think LeBron probably didn't. Which, yeah, I think for sure. I think they're both actually pretty bright guys. It's Kelvin Benjamin and the Bills to 199. Dalton Schultz to 299 for the Cowboys. I mean, you have to be to play the quarterback position. There's a lot of stuff that goes into that. I don't think you can play that without having a pretty high IQ, in my opinion. That is explosive DeAndre Hopkins insert for the Texans. Quentin Nelson again, Prism for the Colts. And I believe it is here in this last little stack where we might find ourselves our RPA case hit. And there is a Baker Mayfield Browns Prism base rated rookie to go with your downtown that we hit a minute ago. Joe Flacco Prism. Here it comes. It's a Bengal. Mark Walton to 35. Oh, that's a nice relic too. You don't often get really nice Bengals relics for whatever reason. I guess because they don't have a lot of different variety on their jerseys. But that's quite a nice relic attached there. Of course, you've got the sticker autograph on it. But that is your case hit, your RPA coming out for the Bengals. So it almost survived to Last Box Mojo, but not quite. It came out next to last. So that means we still have Last Box Mojo in effect here. See what we can come up with. And don't forget, we have a redemption left to flip over as well. So for those of you still waiting and hoping, if we don't pull you live out of these last few packs, we do still have that bad boy that could redeem your night. Yes, Michael, that for sure, that Mark Walton was a sticker auto. Absolutely it was, yeah. There have been a couple in here that have been sticker. A lot of it is on card and optic, but not all of it. Yeah, I know, right? Mark Walton has a big signature. I mean, we've kind of talked about that before. It's no matter how much space you give him, he typically fills it all up. So if he has a large amount of space, his signature just gets much bigger. Smaller amount of space, I mean, it just doesn't matter what the area is. It's just filled up. Unlike some of these other guys, like Baker Mayfield has a tiny, tiny little signature. It doesn't matter how much white space he has, he just still has that same little tiny signature. And then you have Mark Walton with the gigantic signature. Michael says that he thinks the redemption is going to be DJ Chark. Well, I don't know. I don't have a real good feel for who the redemption is going to be. We haven't seen any points cards come out, so I would have to think it's not going to be anything huge, or we would have seen some points cards come out. So I don't think it's going to be like a Tom Brady or anything, unless we suddenly find some points cards in here. So it's probably just going to be a rookie of some sort. It's going to be my guess. You're hoping for Corey Davis. Okay, we'll hope for Corey Davis for you then, Hellfish. Sony Michel, rated rookie prism for the Patriots. These kid reporters like to stick to whatever's in front of them. How, man. Okay, so this is like maybe 6 downtown. So this is kind of like the first case we opened. There's a tremendous amount of them. But there's no duplication in this one as there was in the first case where we had so many. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. That's got to be pretty good along about now. James Washington to 299 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Fans of the game. Chris Evans for the Patriots. Was an Elite Series rookie that went by. Who was that? It was the Colts, Naheem Hines. Ooh, another redemption. The plot thickens. Oh, now we have 2. Maybe it'll be both. Maybe one will be DJ Chark and the other would be Corey Davis. That would be something. Todd Gurley and the Rams. I see some red, so we've got a 99 coming up. It's Golden Tate. And the Detroit Lions, numbered to 99. Prism Marcus Mariota, as a matter of fact, for your Titans. So there he is in Prism form anyway. Base unnumbered, but still. Von Miller to 299 Broncos. A blue rated rookie Dante Pettis to 149 to 199. It's Todd Gurley and the Rams. To 199 Derwin James. Nice. For the Chargers. I think one of them could be Derwin James. I think one of them might be Derwin James of the Redemptions. Just because we just saw him, and that's just, we haven't really seen him much tonight. And that's what I'm going to call. One of them will be Derwin James. The other one, I don't know. But we're about to find out, aren't we? Yeah, we are. Let's see who they are. I hope they're not the same player. That's happened before. Pull them both out, and they're both for the same player. All right, so this is the one that came out of last box, which would technically be our last box mojo. And it is Michael Gallup. Oh, how about that? That's your Cowboys hit. So look at that. Karma did repay you for picking up the Cowboys. Rated Rookies Autographs Blue, Michael Gallup. Well, how about that? You were probably feeling pretty bad about that too, weren't you, Griffin? And then there came a redemption to help you out. Michael says the other one is going to be Rashad Penny. It is Kerryon Johnson. Nice. Rated Rookie Autograph Hollow for the Lions. So we were all wrong. None of us. Exactly. None of us got that right. But it happens. So let me bring you over here with me on the Panini page. And let's get these all verified and find out what they're going to be numbered to and all that jazz. Did I not hit that? I guess I didn't. Donruss. Optic. All right, we're going to look up first the Michael Gallup. The card set was Rated Rookies Autograph Blue. He is card number 174. And there he is. His Cowboys going to be numbered to 75. So, whoops, let me label that up. Drop my Sharpie. Now, on the Lions, we have Kerryon Johnson that is Rated Rookie Autograph Hollow. So that's the next one we've got to go find here. Kerryon is card number 170. Numbered to 99 for the Lions. All right, so we're going to recap all this stuff now. Let's get that all squared away. And obviously we're not going to recap every numbered card because there's like a zillion. But what we will recap are the lower numbered ones, i.e. 50 or below, and our downtown inserts, and then of course our actual hits. All right, so there's a downtown Lamar Jackson for the Ravens. Here's downtown Baker Mayfield and the Browns. Royce Freeman and the Broncos to 50. Carson Wentz and the Eagles, 50. A Drew Brees downtown for the Saints. Deshaun Watson and the Texans to 25. Mike Evans and the Bucks to 50. Dalvin Cook to 50 for the Vikings. There's a downtown Jimmy Garoppolo for the 49ers. And is that, that's just for the sake of argument here, that's 4 downtowns we've seen up to that point. And then we have a little John Kelly Velocity for the Rams insert. Josh Allen and the Bills downtown would make number 5. We have a Lamar Jackson to 50 for the Ravens. And the Saquon Barkley for the Giants makes 6. So yeah, we ended up with 6 downtown cards out of here. Not too shabby, especially if they really are selling for that kind of money that some of you have reported, and I'm assuming that they are. Kerryon Johnson and the Lions, redemption will be to 99. Then you have Michael Gallup and the Cowboys, the redemption will be to 75. Mark Walton was our case hit. Our RPA for the Bengals is numbered to 35. Christian Kirk in the Arizona Cardinals to 75. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills to 35. This is also a sticker. It is Justin Watson and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to 150. Then you have Ian Thomas and the Panthers to 99. Sony Michel Patriots to is that 85? I started to say 35. That's 85. Danny Etling and the Patriots. That is also a sticker. That is to 99. And then you have Alex McGough for the Seahawks to 35. Jamon Moore, Packers, 75. And first out tonight that got us off to a good start was Shaquem Griffin and the Seahawks to 99. So that's the break for tonight. I will put up, as I usually do, spreadsheet information one final time. If you want to hang around, I'll put up the info about what's breaking in the days ahead. We'll also take one more glance through at shipping information for anybody who might not have been hanging around earlier, didn't see it go by the first time, or whatever the case might be. So we'll take ourselves another little look at all of this. So please remember, guys, starting tomorrow night and going forward for the foreseeable future until otherwise announced, we're going to be breaking at 9:30. So we've moved it up from our normal 10 o'clock start time, going to be 9:30. So tomorrow night, Wednesday night, Gold Rush Series 2 autograph basketball jersey, an 8-box case of Playbook football, and a 12-box full case of Contenders basketball. Thursday night, a Hit Parade Series 13 autograph football jersey, another case of Bowman's Best, a 16-box case of Revolution basketball. Friday, half case of mini helmets. We're going to do the back half of the case that we started tonight. We'll do another half of Bowman Draft baseball jumbo, and that will be the start of a brand new case. On Saturday, it's kind of to be announced, to be determined. I did not get anything listed last night because we started breaking so early. So I will either take Saturday as an off night, or I will throw up something tomorrow on a 3-day listing that would end on Saturday night. I'll make that decision somewhere along the way tomorrow. Then on Sunday, we're going to open Onyx Premier Gear Baseball. That's game-used memorabilia. It can be, my understanding is, it can be gloves, jerseys, hats, bats, you name it. If it was used in the game, shoes, it's a possibility to be pulled. And Leaf Best of Football. We're going to open a full case of that on Sunday night too. Please note, in both cases, there's a couple things you need to know. Onyx Premier Gear, that is listed as a player break. So you're going to find it listed by player name, not by team name, because not every team had a hit in that product. In Leaf Best of Football, the other thing you need to know, they've made a change to it this year, and they've added some redemptions. And if you get the redemption, it can be for a rare box of cards, or rather a box of cards, like a rare pack of cards, or something else. I think some memorabilia. So the redemption, that would be the only thing we would find on a redemption in Leaf Best of Football, because it's a buyback product. So the redemption out of that has its own bidding category, just FYI. Tells that in the description, but I know not everybody always scrolls down, so that's why I'm telling you here too. And then, of course, shipping, hoping for Saturday for Bowman's Best and Optic. As always, if I can get it to you sooner, I will. If something goes off the rails a little, some of it could slide to Monday. Hopeful that it will all be out the door on or before Saturday, except for, of course, our mini helmets. Free shipping stuff tends to go out roughly every 7 days, occasionally out a little sooner. In this case, those are fairly easy to package up, so it probably will get out the door maybe a hair ahead of that. And, of course, consolation cards don't matter in the last 2 breaks. Everybody pulled something. But if you were in the early break for the autographed mini helmets and your team was not the team pulled, and you are entitled to a consolation card, it can be from any year in any series. I typically hang on to those until you next have a package shipping, when it is a free shipping break like the mini helmets. However, if you would like it sent to you sooner, that's not a problem at all. You just drop me a line on eBay, let me know, and we will get you all hooked up. And that, kids, is it for me tonight. So Happy New Year, everyone. Thank you for starting off your 2019 with me. I will be back at it again tomorrow night, so we'll see you then. Thanks, all.